Hey, how goes it? Ken Bosak from the BitcoinPodcast.com here to talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin accessories. Thank you for joining us for another nightly crypto show. Today, as always, John Crothers, the crypto therapy host, is with me again. Today, we're going to talk about IOTA. John, what do you know? Did you check out IOTA? What are your first impressions?
I haven't looked too much into it, but it seems like a really cool coin program. The first heard about it, like a month or so ago, when it was all the hype everybody was talking about. I haven't heard too much about it, but after just glancing at the website real quick, it looked pretty awesome, you know? Could it go somewhere? Who knows?
Yeah, well, I mean, check it out. Right now, the overall market cap for cryptocurrencies is about 90,416 million. Bitcoin is about 50% dominance. That is pretty epic. But let's go on to IOTA here, which is measured in, I believe, a milli IOTA. But anyway, you can see it's about 27 cents a coin. And if you see down here, it says there's, what is that, 2,779,530,283 maximum supply, which are also currently in supply, measured in milli IOTA. So, for every single digit you see there is a million IOTA tokens, or coins.
Coins, man.
That's a lot of coins.
So you think you got 1 million of those? Like, if you're somebody who's trying to get a million of something, there's an easy one right there.
Yeah, just get one IOTA, you got a million of them.
Yeah.
The coin looks like it's been trading pretty steadily, around 50 to 25 cents. It's been holding pretty well at the price range right now for the past month or so. I mean, it looks like it could be potential in price. It looks stable. It doesn't look like it just dropped, or it just, started off at $100 and went down to a penny and went back up. It looks pretty stable as far as the overall chart looks. Let's see what.
Yeah, I'm interested. Like you were saying. I mean, I'll wait till we get into on the website, but pretty fucking awesome.
Alright, yeah, so yeah, the chart looks pretty clean. We can head over to the website. Again, guys, what you're looking at is a max supply that's already in supply. So every IOTA that there could be is already available. So it's one of those. Let's see. And here's the website. Let me exit out this guy here. Let me refresh the website. There we go. The economy of things. As the Internet of Things. Hey, where'd it go? I was reading that. It played me out. But there it goes. The backbone of IoT, the Internet of Things, is here. Scalable, decentralized, module. And bro, guess what? No fees. From what I've learned, basically the users in the process of sending transactions validate past transactions, acting as validators, which eliminates the need for miners. I don't know exactly how IOTA works. I just checked it out for the day. This is just my overall first impressions of it. But that alone is pretty interesting because it's not using blockchain technology. It's using Tangled technology, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find that. But yeah, what were your thoughts on that? Have you seen that?
No, except for this. Ledger of Things and this new autonomous machine economy IOTA will be the backbone. The Tango Ledger is able to settle zero fees, so devices can trade exact amounts of resources on demand, as well as store data from sensors and data securely and verified in Ledger. So it still doesn't, like, because I'm dumb coming into this, so it doesn't make it like, what the fuck is Tangle Chain? What is that?
Well, I mean, when we first got into Bitcoin, what the fuck is blockchain? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, same thing. So this is like a whole concept.
Well, this is supposed to be what they consider, I believe, a third-generation cryptocurrency, meaning that it's prepared for the next evolutionary stage of technology, which also means that it's ready for quantum computing. So it is quantum computing proof, which Bitcoin at the moment is not. If we had a quantum computer, in theory, we could have a brute force attack the Bitcoin blockchain, and just basically guess all the private keys and absorb the blockchain via brute force with the quantum computer. But because of the way tangled technology works, it's from what it sounds like to me, it is quantum computing proof. So it's the next level. So if we do get quantum computers, Bitcoin could be at risk security-wise, but this coin right here may actually have a purpose still and have some security in its blockchain.
Exactly. Yeah. And you never know how far we'll be having quantum computing readily available to us, because quantum computing is right in its infancy right now.
Yeah, it is. It is. And let me get to the chat room real fast, because we have the chat box blowing up about that. And have you seen Floyd Mayweather today tweet about his ICO? Or he Facebooked, he tweeted it, and Instagrammed he's dropping money in an ICO. Have you seen that?
Enlighten me.
He's investing in an STOX.com ICO, which I believe is like a decentralized exchange of some sort. There's a few of them coming out anymore. I mean, I feel like I've seen at least 3 things that are very identical to what I first got the impression of this thing. But because he mentioned it, I mean, just look what happened when Dennis Rodman wore the Potcoin shirt to Korea. He blew that price up. And now we have Floyd Money Mayweather talking about ICOs and Mark Cuban talking about ICOs. I mean, that alone is buy rumor, sell news. So, I mean, personally, I might buy in on that ICO just because I know the hype, and I might dump it day one to take the profit. I don't care if it goes 500% profit. Even if I can make 20% profit, I'll be happy. I'm not in it to hold that ICO. I'm in it to make more Bitcoin. But yes, Floyd Mayweather is publicly tweeting, and he's hashtagging Ethereum, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. So, I mean, just to get the chat room and Mr. S in particular satisfied, I did see it. I posted it right away. And yeah, I'm interested. I might actually throw money at it, because when celebrities like this talk about shit, things go parabolic. So it is a risk.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It sounds like a good opportunity to get some more Bitcoin.
Especially during this shit right now, you know what I mean? But yeah. I want to get back to IOTA real quick. So basically, IOTA, what they can do, because of its being it's transfer free. There's no transactional fee to send coin to wallet, because when you send that transaction, you're validating 2 prior transactions, acting as a validator, taking the place of a miner. So you contribute to the network as you use the network. It's self-sufficient. And I like that a lot, and that's probably why there's so many in supply, and they work on such a micro scale, so they can do the micro transactions. And this isn't something that, we're going to see smart contracts that like replace lawyers and replace doctors and replace realtors and all that stuff. This isn't that kind of blockchain at the moment. They're talking about things like where if your car can drive itself, like a Tesla 3. Imagine if your Tesla 3 could work for Uber and you didn't have to be in the car. So when your car takes you to work, while you're in your office doing your 8-hour-a-day job, your Tesla 3 can be out there on the street driving itself, working for Uber. And what if it needs gas? Well, it could pull up to not gas, I'm sorry. What if it needs electricity? It could pull up to a charging station, and it could make a transaction using IOTA, because that's what it's using, and it can get its electricity, and it can communicate with the pump on a secure network that doesn't require such a large gas fee to do so. It's only to buy gasoline. It's not like somebody can change the score of the Super Bowl or something. That's not what this is for.
Yeah. I thought if I clicked on the white paper real quick, I could get a quick glance and understand a little bit? No. This you have to sit down and read.
Well, this is like when I first found Ethereum. I was like, what the fuck do you mean the Internet of Things? You know, like this is so, like I'm already going down the Bitcoin rabbit hole, and then you find a fork, and it's like, do you want to keep following Bitcoin? Or do you want to go down this and follow Bitcoin and Ethereum? And now I'm going down another rabbit hole within another rabbit hole, and then I found IOTA, so now I'm in like a third dimensional rabbit hole within cryptocurrencies right now. Because I actually do see potential, just like I see with Golem and I see with Augur and all them. I see potential with IOTA because of what its use case could be. And I just want to live in a world where things like this exist so I could take advantage of them.
Right, putting all the machines to work for you. Or, like someone said in the comments there, it could be the start of the Terminator.
Oh, yes, it could, because the machines eventually will be self-aware in a sense. Like, the car is going to know, hey, I'm going to die if I don't get, you know, electricity. So I better go get electricity or I'm going to die. And the car could also have a thought process, hey, I don't have enough money. I really should get to work and give somebody a ride so I can get money, so I can get electricity, or I'm going to fucking die. And then now it's self-aware. It has the, it has a, you know, a desire to keep living programmed into it. And maybe we write code, a smart contract like that wrong one day, and cars just start like running into people so they can give them a ride on the hood. Because they don't care how they got the ride, but I technically got you somewhere, now give me money.
Yeah, I need gas right now, and fuck everybody in front of me.
No, see, you said gas too, dude. We're talking about electricity.
Yeah.
Smart cars aren't going to use gas. It's going to be the future, man. See, microtransactions, no fees. For the first time ever, true micro and even nano transactions are enabled due to the unique IOTA Tangle architecture, providing developers with a brand new set of tools for their applications in both IOTA and web. By the way, it works on web. That is really cool. Again, I'm going to check more into this and make like a solo video on IOTA. I just like going over this briefly in the beginning of our show. This Nature's brand new businesses, opportunities for companies. Wow. So like, where that prohibitive, the fees that keep in the realm of the impossible until now. So basically, it doesn't make sense to have certain things run on blockchains that charge fees. It's just like, I could use the internet for this. I could use the standard thing for this. But I do want the functionality of decentralized data, a decentralized ledger, and I do want the idea of a decentralized internet, the you know, a blockchain like, you know, tangled feature where it's always operational because of its decentralized nature. It can't be, you know, targeted centrally. So I do want that, but I don't want to pay for it. And this is that, you know, this is something maybe. I think I mentioned this earlier. Imagine if you live in an apartment complex where you have the only, you know, smart vacuum cleaner, like a Roomba, or you have the only washer and dryer, or something like that, and the people in the apartment complex, your room may be smart enough to know, hey, the floor is dirty, we need to use the neighbor's Roomba. So the floor orders the Roomba from you downstairs. It goes up the steps, cleans the hallway, gets paid by the apartment complex, and it goes into your room. And now your Roomba is making you money by doing tasks all on its own, and the floor called for it and paid for it through IOTA. The microtransactions. I think that's going to be, like, because I know Ethereum isn't going to be used for that. That's just going to be too expensive for those in-house smart contracts.
Yeah. And plus the scalability thing, like we saw with Ethereum when that ICO came out, you know, it doesn't seem like this would happen with this coin, you know. So one issue is resolved with that, but I'm still looking forward to that. I mean, shit, I just can't believe the way the internet's being used now, and then this is like what the future of it, what we couldn't see before, is now coming to light.
Yes.
How it's going to be used for us in the future, you know?
Alright, let's go over here. Hey guys, keep it clean in the chat or you will be banned. Gotta keep it clean because you're on screen. And remember, this is your digital reputation. You keep acting a fool, everybody's gonna see this. This is forever. Your comments do not disappear when the video goes live like most. So here's the story of the day. Billionaire investor warns Bitcoin is a pyramid scheme. Dude, what are your thoughts on just the topic right there?
I have a biased opinion because I'm in cryptocurrency and I think it's bullshit. Because, I mean, like, what's he mean by pyramid scheme? But in order for it to be a pyramid, then that means that I would have to be making money off of, like, if you bought in under me, and then I have to be making money off of people who buy in under you, and then so on and so forth. I don't see how that relates to the way just Bitcoin is. Makes no fucking sense to me.
Well, let me try to explain it to you before we dig into this. Basically, Bitcoin is finite. You know, it's deflationary. There's only a limited amount of it. And if I buy it and hold it, and I can convince 10 other people to buy it and hold it, my previous purchase gains value because of people that I brought into it, newer purchases of it, and the more people they bring into it brings more value to the original investment I made. So in a sense, you could see it that way, because unlike stock markets, our coins aren't going to split and become more and more plentiful. The use case is going to keep growing, and the coin value, the coin quantity is going to decrease because it's deflationary in nature. So because of that, it is kind of a pyramid. It's pyramid-ishy because you can invest now.
That seems more. It seems more linear to me, not pyramid.
Well, let's get into the article and see what he has to fucking say for himself, because this dude's a goddamn billionaire, so he's got to know at least like fucking his ass from his elbow, right?
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Let me shout out everybody in the chat room before we dig into this. Thank you, Josh Smith. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Jeff. Let's see who else we got in here. Satoshi. Everybody say hi. The Mr. Incredible Satoshi. The Incredible Mr. Satoshi. Wow, I said that backwards. Everybody, thank you so much for stopping by. I wonder where James Bond and everybody is. We got the 21 Million Club in the house. Crypto Boys Club. Thank you. And a lot of people are here. What's that guy's name?
I forget already.
Crypto Trading?
Crypto Trading.
Oh yeah, Crypto Trading Pro. He's like a ghetto barber from the ghetto who talks about crypto and stuff. It's so funny. I'm like, what makes you a pro? He just threw pro. He's just like, oh, I'm a crypto. If you're not a professional trader, don't watch my videos. I'm like, bro, what makes you a pro?
We got 5 thumbs down, and I had to block like,
I don't care.
I want to say over 15 people maybe.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, Crypto Trading Pro, you're a clown. But anyway, shout out to everybody else. Thank you. So let's get on to the article. Howard Marks, the man who predicted the dot-com bubble, billionaire investor, co-chairman of Oak Tree Capital Group, has called Bitcoin a fad and even a pyramid scheme. Well, fuck you, bro. This isn't no fad. This is not a fidget spinner. This is a foundation. Like, this is revolution. This is not a fad. This is like calling freedom a fad. It's not a fad. This is a paradigm shift in everything. So it is a strong voice in opposition of the digital currency that Mark's company, Oak Tree Capital, dealing with 99 billion of assets under management to date. So they got $99 billion under their management? Holy shit.
Yeah, pocket change.
Alright, so let's see what he says, because right here it says just another bubble. In an investor letter sent out on Wednesday, Marks warned his clients against the draw of Bitcoin, linking it to a host of other big bubbles that have come before. Alright, I guess. I mean, but this is speculation. Nothing like Bitcoin has ever existed, so you can't compare this to anything else. There has never been anything anybody could participate in at will. You had to jump through hoops. This is peer-to-peer. You can just download a wallet and you're in. You can just plug in a graphics card and start mining and you're in. You can just start offering services and you're in if you request crypto for payment. So I mean, it's not anything like that. A quote from Mark is, in my view, what was that?
Oh, no, I thought, go ahead. I was going to say, Mark said, in my view, digital currencies are nothing but an unfounded fad based on the willingness to ascribe value to something that has little or no, none beyond what people will pay for it. Bitch. No, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I feel like that's the voice I would have had in my head. I mean, I feel like that's absolutely incorrect. I think that the use case for not just Bitcoin, but for cryptocurrencies in general, the blockchain technology itself, that is forever now. That is like, imagine when they were calling the internet a fad. What is, the internet was only email. When the internet existed, people thought that it was only for email, and that was it. You just have email now. You can, instead of lick a stamp, you can send an email, and that's all the internet was. And then we had other things like search engines and social networks and streaming services. When the internet grew and it was more powerful and stronger, the use cases came to it. It's not like Netflix was being built and saying, man, the internet really needs to catch up so we can get to work. It was the internet was strong enough and somebody was like, yo, guess what we can do with the internet now? And they did it. It wasn't the other way around. And I feel like people are just, too impatient anymore, man. They're just like, they just want everything. They want blockchain and Bitcoin and everything to be mainstream, and they want it to work yesterday.
Yeah, and this is also coming from somebody who has so much fear. Bitcoin has the potential to bring people out of poverty, and then this guy has so much money. He's like, that's not going to be shit, And I was thinking that back in like 2010 when I first heard about Bitcoin. I was like, oh no, this ain't going to be nothing. It was $10 a coin or anything. I don't know anything about it, and now look at it. It's over $2,000 a coin, and how wrong was I,
Right. Hey, we have everybody in the chat room asking what email is. So email is like mail, but like E stands for internet. So it's internet mail.
It's electronic.
No, I was trying to be funny.
Internet.
That was my attempt at making a funny.
It was funny.
In a sad way, I bet. Anyway, cryptocurrencies have drawn in some big names recently, including Rothschild Investment Corp., which, by the way, has nothing to do with the family at all whatsoever, and other big hedge fund and investment funds. The growth of Ethereum is up more than 2,300% year to date, while Bitcoin is up nearly 160% this year. This, the sort of numbers that are hard to ignore for investors. Yep. We have some cryptocurrencies that are up hundreds of percent, thousands of percent. And here he's saying that he's seen it all before. Where'd you see it all before, dude? What was there, a Bitcoin blockchain event before the Bitcoin event? Well, like, was there a cryptocurrency blockchain that we weren't privy to before this? Because this is new to me, so how'd you see this before?
Mark, yeah, he was doing this back in the 60s, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. He had the 60s version of Bitcoin on like Windows 98 or something. Awesome. Marx is famous for his investor memos, ones that have seen him predict the recent financial crisis and the dot-com bubble implosion. Oh, so he predicted the implosion. Well, duh. There's only so many dot-coms you can make, and eventually companies were going to start using the real NBC.com.
Yeah.
Alright, so Marx added in his memo the similarities between the cryptocurrency's boom and the likes of the tulip mania of 1637 and South Sea bubble of whatever. Anyway, basically what he's trying to compare this to is previous things that were they weren't fads though. That was the way money and currency worked, because it was it surpassed the technology to counterfeit it. So they used tool-ups in 1637 because it was backed by effort. It was backed by you growing it and putting time and energy and soil, fertilizer, water, sunlight into it, or you were gathering them out in the wild. It took time and effort. Tool-ups were something that you could counterfeit in your basement at a rate that would make the economy go out of whack. So that's why they use tool-ups. So he's sitting here saying that basically quantum computing is going to obsolete Bitcoin before it even really gets a foothold in the mainstream. And I don't really think that's the case. I think quantum computing is going to be 100 years out, and Bitcoin's only 10 or 20.
Yeah, quantum computing definitely further out. But like, this is like saying that the internet's a fad.
Did you want to read that last quote down there at the bottom? Yeah, I like that voice of his. It sounds so perfect.
Serious investing consists of buying things because the price is attractive relative to instinctive value, he wrote. Speculation, on the other hand, occurs when people buy something without a consideration of the underlying value of the appreciativeness of its price. The appropriateness of its price. Damn, I can't breathe.
Dude, isn't it hard when you're trying to read on camera? For some reason, it just makes everything more difficult. It's like when you're trying to show somebody how to beat a level of a video game, and they're like, watch this, and you just keep dying the first 3 seconds in.
Yeah, I feel like I need some pot or something to mellow out, right?
I just hit the gym, so my brain still got pre-workout running, and like, I got the pump going, so like, my blood flow's just out of whack. I can barely think straight. But everybody watching, in the description box below, we have a link. If you click the link in the description box below, you'll be entered in to win a 0.1 Litecoin. All we have to do is reach 50 likes or 100 live viewers, and we will give away the Litecoin to a random participant live here on the show. It's about to close any minute. You have about 30 seconds to join, so hurry up, enter, and make sure that we get ourselves to 50 thumbs up or 100 live viewers. Please like and share the live stream every night. This offer stands. Tonight, John, our guest of the evening is Karcher Smith, Millionaire Mindframe 101. Are you familiar with this gentleman?
Not at all. But I like that millionaire mindframe thing.
I do. That's actually really stood out to me. I came across his Twitter account, and he has quite a number of Instagram account, and he has quite a number of Instagram followers. And I really like his mentality. He's one of those, like, I got money because, you know, I got money. Like, I'm money. I like money. I talk about money. I'm going to help you get money just by showing you how I got money. And it's all mentality. You just, you know, you gotta want it. You gotta work for it. It's not something that's just going to come to you. You gotta read books. You gotta put the grind in and learn the charts. You know, he's not somebody sitting there just saying, yo, use my BitConnect referral link, bro.
I make money by making money and talking about making money.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm money. I'm all about the money.
I don't know if you want to do a question.
Yes.
How come Bitcoin can't be counterfeited?
Bitcoin can be counterfeited, but the blockchain, the miners, the validation process would know it's counterfeit. The encryption that it uses when it goes through the validation process, the miners, the nodes would just reject it and say this isn't part of this blockchain. You would end up with an altcoin. So technically, I guess altcoins are semi-forgeries of Bitcoin, or you could just, you know, but anyway, you wouldn't receive a fake Bitcoin on your Bitcoin wallet. There's no way it would make it through the validation process.
That's why Bitcoin Cash is a counterfeit, you know?
Yeah, Bitcoin Cash is a counterfeit, that's for sure.
You hit 50 likes.
I hit 50 likes, so we will be giving away 0.1 Litecoin at the end of the show live, right here.
Bosak!
Alright, just waiting for our guest. Let me make sure I got him the correct link to join the party. Oops, wrong person. Yo, my computer made me message the wrong guy the link. I hope he doesn't join. That would be awkward.
Where is everybody?
I'm trying to send him the link, but because of Facebook on the computer, I ended up sending it to a random stranger I never met who just added me on Facebook.
Someone wants to know what you're going to do with your BCC. You said you're getting rid. Oh no, I can't remember what you said now. What did you say?
Well, I'm going to end up exchanging it right away. I mean, if for some reason SegWit doesn't work, and for some reason BCC, the Bitcoin without SegWit essentially becomes the dominant coin, then I'll just have to buy that, because I don't want to. BTC is Bitcoin to me. That's what I got tattooed right here. Not BCC, BTC. So that's the blockchain I'm going to support. So I'm going to ditch all my BCC the moment I get it, and I'm buying BTC with that, and hopefully I can become a Bitcoin whale.
What about your other BCC? What you gonna do with that?
Oh man, I'm gonna hold BitConnect forever. That's gonna make me rich, man. That scam is one of the most profitable scams that you'll ever come across in your entire life.
Have you been cashing it out into Bitcoin as you accumulate it, or?
Oh, I don't hold it. Yeah, as soon as I get my interest, I cash it out for Bitcoin, withdraw it right away, put it on my hardware wallet.
Now, are you still able to do that with this whole August 1st thing coming up, or
well,
have they
for
put that
me,
shit on hold?
well, yeah, for me, I don't know exactly what BitConnect plans on doing with the blockchain. I don't know which one they're going to choose. I'm pretty sure they're going to stick with BTC, not BCC. So I'm just going to let it ride out, and I'll withdraw my money after August 5th to make sure I get the Bitcoin I actually want, not the Bitcoin they chose if it's BCC.
Yeah. They took all my money. They scammed the shit out of me. I proved it in my video.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Don't freak out.
Yeah, I saw that. Yo, that was so funny, man. People were like, "You're a liar." Like, it's a joke, bro.
Oh, I know. I even had to pin up a comment in there like, "Okay, calm down. It's a fucking joke. I didn't really put money in there. I'm not that stupid." Not calling anybody out there who's investing in stupid.
No. I mean, honestly, BitConnect isn't stupid if your money, you just literally are okay throwing it in the garbage, because that's the potential. But, I mean, it is the most profitable scam I've ever found. Hey,
what's up?
Dude, we got it. We got him. Sorry about the technical difficulties. We got Karcher Smith, a.k.a. Millionaire Mindframe 101 in the house. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, Kenn, dude? I like the banner. That's sweet.
Thank you, man. Let me make sure you're up here on the big screen. Put you on the...
I got my banner, too. You can't really see it, but...
Oh, dude, you got the Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube. Yo, you kill it with that social marketing, dude. Your Instagram and all that is blowing up.
Thank you, man. I'm gonna also go on Instagram Live so all my followers can watch this, too.
Oh, yeah, cool, man. Set that up. That would be awesome.
Also, Periscope, too.
See, that's what I'm talking about, everybody. That's the Millionaire Mindframe 101 right there. You got to be on YouTube. You got to be on Instagram. You got to be on Periscope. If you want to be known, you got to be out there.
Stream at the same time.
Look at this. 2 phones at the same damn time.
Yep. How you doing, John?
Pretty good, man. How you doing?
Doing great, man. My name's Karcher. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Never seen you before, never heard of you, you know, but apparently I should have.
How did you get into crypto, John?
Actually, I got into crypto by watching YouTube videos, and it brought it back to the front of my brain, and I was like, oh, I remember that shit. You know, I should have invested years ago, and just hopped into it at the end of last year, and kind of glad I had, you know. So I'm still a noob at this, you know. So.
Yeah, for sure. We all are kind of noobs, still, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm only like, what, 13, 14 months into cryptocurrency, period. I feel like I still haven't even skimmed the first layer.
Yeah, it seriously is. Like, even me, where I might be an expert to some people, I know that there's people with 4 years, 5 years experience on me, and they probably have a more technical background than me as well. So, But I'm just here to teach people that are new to the space and get them started in the right way, keep them away from the pyramid schemes and all the scams out there, and teach them how they can make a good return in this market, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost hard not to. All you gotta do is buy and hold and just not look at it. Just take.
I agree, man.
Yeah, just like, you know what I mean. Just take a step back. That's what I like about the. I mean, a lot of people come into this with the traditional stock mentality, like the stock market mentality, where they're like, you know, oh, if I hold one Bitcoin, I heard there's a halvening. Won't I end up with, you know, 2 Bitcoin sometime? Isn't that going to, you know, deflate the value of Bitcoin when it's halvened? And then now we have to explain that halvening is the supply rate, not the actual quantity, like stock market split.
Yeah, exactly. And really, like, if what I learned was in the Ethereum halvening, or not halvening, but the split, when Ethereum split, I didn't really think Ethereum Classic was going to do anything. And I was really just like, on top of that, I couldn't believe any exchanges listed Ethereum Classic, because how I felt was that it really like allowed that hacker to get away with the money, you know? But then looking at it, Ethereum Classic actually turned out to be, you know, it is the actual Ethereum blockchain. Like, in a sense, the Ethereum that we have was like the actual fork. Like, they changed in a way. You see what I'm saying? I
like Ethereum Classic, and I personally, this is probably going to get me crucified, but I personally think we should have let the guy keep the money. He wasn't technically a hacker. If anything, he was an exploiter. He exploited I call it a typo. He exploited a typo in the DAO's contract, which anybody could do. I mean, look at our president. He exploits contracts all the time. That's why he got away with his taxes and stuff. He talks about this. He used the system that was put in place, and he exploited it. And now that he knows it's there, you can fix it, but I already took advantage of that. And I think that's what Ethereum Classic and Ethereum did. And personally, I'm with Ethereum Classic. Whatever I buy Ethereum, I buy Ethereum Classic because I want to make sure I have the same amount.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
So how many followers you got on Instagram or Instabook or whatever you call it?
A few different profiles. I've got 44,000 on the Billionaire profile. On Blockchain News, I've got about 3,300. And on the Crypto Experts profile, I've got about 8,800.
God damn. I've got a handful, but I hardly ever use it.
Yeah, I got like 2,000 on Instagram, and I've been I'm like busy. I'm on there every day tagging things, but I see all the hashtags and all that work, and you probably got like folders of things you copy and paste for that, don't you?
Yeah, well, basically what I do is at the beginning of the week, I'll kind of write down everything I want to do. So I just take 2 hours and put a lot of thought into my posts. And so kind of set it up for the week so that I have some content so that, you know, during the week I don't have to, you know, take time every day to think of new posts and stuff.
Yeah, you're organized, man. Why don't you, you know what? Let's go ahead and just, you know, talk about that Millionaire Mind Frame 101, dude. That hustle mentality where you have to put work in. It's not just going to come to you. Like like you said, you have multiple Instagram accounts. That way you're not just, you know, bottlenecking yourself to one thing. And that gives you more opportunities to be seen, more eyes on you, the individual brand under an olive branch of different things going on.
And like,
why don't you go ahead and explain that whole mentality to my viewers? Because I feel like they really need to understand that they can do what we're doing, and if they did what we did, they could be where we're at too.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like, to me, like, Instagram has limits on how many people you can follow. And one day, also, I just tagged you on my Instagram live, so you're going to be getting some followers.
Oh, man, I hope so. Thank you so much.
It's just about, like, for me, I have 3 Instagram profiles so I can reach the maximum amount of people. Because Instagram has limits on how many people you can follow and how many direct messages you can send every hour. So that's why I made 3 profiles, so I can get 3 times the exposure. And like you said, like, on the Millionaire profile, I mostly just I post a lot of self-development, motivational quotes, and just try to inspire people to take some action and take their finances into their own hands. And then I have the Blockchain News profile to really just talk about just news, like really just Bitcoin news, and post all the best news predictions that I find, and really just enjoy doing that. So
yeah, that's a lot of work. You have to enjoy it. So, let me see. What are your thoughts on this upcoming fork? Personally, let me just start off with, I am really hopeful that nothing happens. It's a very, it's fodder. I really hope we all wake up and nothing happened, no fork at all. We just got BTC. BCC never existed. It never left the fortunes. But, like, what are your thoughts, and what do you think is going to happen after August 1st, and what are you doing to lead up to that?
Yeah, so I made a video on YouTube about it, and I do think that it will probably happen, first of all. And I don't think it's necessarily like a bad thing, to be honest. There's been forks of Bitcoin in the past, for one thing, and Bitcoin is still the same as it is today. But I'll kind of go into it. Like, the first thing is Bitcoin Cash. If you read the article by Jimmy Song, it was a really good article, and you can find out more info on my YouTube channel. But essentially, they want Bitcoin to have an 8 megabyte block size. And so for me, this is going to speed up the transaction time, so we'll be able to make quicker transactions, more transactions per second. It'll make the network less congested, for one thing. For another thing, I just think that, it's an innovation. And also, it's not an entirely bad thing, but so what I would suggest to prepare for this is make sure you hold your Bitcoin on a wallet, or first and foremost, you want to use a wallet where you can have access to your own private keys. Personally, for me, I use the Trezor hardware wallet, so I can import my private keys from there. And actually, Trezor is they're gonna split the Bitcoins for you, so you won't even really need to worry about any technical stuff, which is convenient. Then you got the Electrum wallet, where you can hold your own private keys, and that's a wallet you download on your computer. And for that, you actually have to split the Bitcoins yourself, which can be a bit technical, but I'm going to also post a video on that. And then thirdly, if you are holding your Bitcoins on an exchange or a web wallet, you want to make sure you email your wallet provider or exchange and talk to them and make sure that they're going to credit you with the coins. And if they're not going to, you want to get your Bitcoins off there immediately. I mean, it's going to happen in 3 days. But just so you guys know, on the Kraken exchange, they actually, the CEO, Jesse Powell, he's very transparent about what they're doing at Kraken. And in an interview on the Bitcoin Knowledge podcast, he actually said that that they will split the coins and credit Kraken users with both sides of the chain, just like they did with Ethereum. When I held my Ethereum on Kraken, and I was credited with Ethereum Classic, and I didn't have to do anything, so it was really convenient.
I do believe...
That wasn't a scary moment for you? Because it sounds scary to me.
Honestly, at that time, I was holding on to the Ethereum, and I didn't even really realize that I wasn't... I guess at that point, I wasn't even that into it, that deep into it, so it wasn't even something that I was really worried about, believe it or not. But luckily, I got credited, so... I mean, I'd say, Kraken is a good way to go for sure. They're a really good exchange.
Yeah, Kraken's been there before. They didn't let anybody down. And I'd like to add that Bittrex publicly announced that if you have any Bitcoin on Bittrex, you will get 1-for-1 BCC for your BTC. So Bittrex is actually taking it upon themselves to have your Bitcoin all ready to go. So...
that's really good.
Yeah, I'm actually really tempted to put all my damn Bitcoin on Bittrex, because as soon as I get my BCC, I can trade it for all the BTC, and in one fell swoop, pull that right off and throw it right on to my hardware wallet. And it's really hard for me to focus right now, because I just saw that Shane Singleton just sent me $10 through Super Chat. Thank you so much, Shane. I really appreciate that, dude. That really helps the show. Wow, I forgot where I was going now. Somebody else.
But yeah, man, that's really good for Bittrex that they're doing that, and they even publicly announced that. I mean, even for Kraken, it was a little bit more of I had to listen to the whole interview, and even at that point, it wasn't extremely clear. They didn't really state it. Yeah, we are going to do this. They kind of said, oh, we're kind of going to do the same thing that we did with Ethereum. So in a way, they didn't make any announcement, and I even emailed Kraken support, and they said they couldn't give me any clear answers, so that kind of made me a little nervous, honestly.
Yeah, well, that was probably somebody who just got to work that day and wasn't sure. That's just how Kraken staff works. They I actually applied and ended up getting a they wanted me to work too much than I was willing to, but it's an interesting job. You can work from home or you can go to a local office, and it's really just people like you and me doing it. Whoa, we got another super chat. Thank you so much, Dizzle08. Can I Dizzle08? Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
So Ken, you got your QR code tattooed on your arm?
I did get my QR code tattooed on my own. That was actually my first Bitcoin wallet I ever got. It's the first screenshot I ever took of a Bitcoin wallet, and I got the tattoo on my arm a couple months later.
That's badass, bro. So, I mean, like, let me just get this straight. Like, that could never change, right? Like, you are always going to have that QR code.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it's not really scannable. I have to get it touched up and get white ink filled in, because when you scan a QR code, it doesn't really scan the black ink. It looks for the negative space in between it, and because I'm not white enough, it's not recognizing that white space.
That's so funny.
Why don't you...
Somebody said, hey, let me ask you this, guys. I don't know if you want me to call you Karcher or if you want me to call you Millionaire Mindframe 101.
Call me Karcher.
All right, Karcher, I got a question for you from the chat box. Neo Lightning wants to know, why is Bitcoin going up? What is going on? If this shit is hitting the fan, why is it going up? Is there something we don't know?
Here's my opinion on it. The majority of large Bitcoin holders have been in the space a lot longer than us. And so these people are more experienced than a lot of the new people that have come into the space. And this isn't really something that they're terribly worried about. And they're not selling their Bitcoin. They're buying holders. They're long-term Bitcoin holders. And so when the price drops like it did down to 1,800, in my opinion, a lot of those long-term people, they take advantage of that and buy more Bitcoin. So that's what makes the price go up, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, every time I see the price dip close to 10%, that's a buy for me. I'm like, oh, it went down 10% today, I'm buying.
That's what I do too. I don't sell my Bitcoin, I buy more.
Yep. And I think 10%, 20% dips are my things. And like anything else, if it goes up 50%, I might do something like, you know, oh, let's go to the store and get something, because I live off Bitcoin. I don't have USD.
Yeah, no, same with me. And I mean, when I was in Europe, I mean, I spent some of my Bitcoin profits from the last 12 months, and why not? It was at $2,800, you know?
Hey, what's your opinion? What do you think BCC will be worth as soon as it hits the exchange? Like, what do you think? Do you think it's going to go up in value, or do you think it's going to tank right away because people like me are just going to dump it as soon as we get it?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question. And I know that there's some futures being traded, and I haven't really watched the price too much.
I'll bring it up.
I know that it did reach a high of 900, and apparently it was trading around 400.
Yep.
And Ken, did it go down to like 300 today or 250 or something?
Oh, I did see it go down. It is at 400 right now.
So honestly, I think you're probably right that it'll probably dump off quickly. Like people just like you selling it, and then I think it'll be a slow recovery, probably similar to Ethereum Classic. That's what I think it'll be. It'll be a quick dump, and then it'll probably build back up, because I think they actually do have a pretty large community around the Bitcoin Cash, and they'll probably have some supporters around it.
Well, yeah, I mean, Bitmain is the largest mining hardware provider and the largest pool in a pool. Like, he's got some pool, P-U-L-L, in a pool, P-O-O-L. he got some flex. So Bitmain and Bitcash does essentially have a use case with themselves and China, but that's going to take a giant percentage of investors and users and speculators to actually go over to that market, when right now Bitcoin is at 49% overall market dominance at a $90 billion cryptocurrency market overall. I don't think that's going to happen, in my opinion. I'm really thinking that this is going to be a bluff, that they're really just trying to keep fudding, that they keep talking bad about Bitcoin, and they know that they're talking shit, every time Bitcoin goes down, they just go yum, 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 yum. And then they just, eventually they'll just let the market figure out that they were just playing chicken.
Yeah, I hear you there. Like, there definitely is kind of like they're really trying to compete really hard with Bitcoin. But, I mean, they do have a unique use case. Like you said, they do have Bitmain behind them. And I've even heard that, like, Roger Ver and Bitcoin.com are somehow behind this because, I mean, he did want the whole Bitcoin Unlimited thing. And I think that kind of turned into Bitcoin Cash. I'm not really super keen on the details, but I think that we'll see that it starts out like Ethereum Classic, where Ethereum Classic hit the exchange at like $2, dropped down to $1. But I mean, eventually, like it's had a huge comeback up to like $15. And honestly, I never expected that. I sold all my Ethereum Classic right away when I got it, and I didn't ever expect there to be a community develop around Ethereum Classic. And I think we could see the same thing happen with Bitcoin Cash. A community develop around it that we didn't expect, maybe.
Yeah, that's possible.
So I'm personally going to hold it. I'm going to hold on to it.
Well, what about these other Bitcoin Plus and Dark? Is this something that happened in the past? Like what's happening now?
Yeah, it is. And I'm not super keen on the details.
Yeah, we got Bitcoin Classic too, BTCC.
Yeah, I was looking at the charts between Bitcoin Dark and Bitcoin Plus, and
Bitcoin Core. It's BTCC or something, right?
Up until now.
I got it right here.
So I was like, well, maybe I can get an indication of what's going to happen with Bitcoin Cash, but I guess not.
Yeah, I was actually interested in Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Dark. I was trading it a bit on Poloniex a few months ago and actually made some pretty decent returns on it, surprisingly. And other than that, I really don't know too much about it.
What piqued your interest in it?
Honestly, I just heard someone talking about it on Instagram, like as a speculation, and I just kind of bought it on a whim, honestly. I didn't really even look too much into it. I just put like a small amount of money into it, and it actually made like a 50% return in a small amount of time, so it was, I honestly can't really tell you anything more than that, honestly.
So
I wish I could make some calls like that.
So right now, what wallets are you using, like for holding, and then what wallets do you choose for like functionality, hardware, software wise?
So, my main wallet would be the Trezor, but that's obviously like cold storage. That's not like a hot wallet. The best hot wallet is Jax. I love it. I mean, it's got great usability. And for my computer, I use Electrum, and that's great too. Like, you can send your Bitcoin a lot faster when you make the fee, so that you have a priority fee, and you might pay like, a little bit higher fee, but it'll be worth it because your Bitcoin will get there in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, isn't Bitcoin Cash or whatever going to be trying to aim for 8 megabyte blocks, and they're only going to be ASIC, like ASIC mineable and stuff? I don't know, man.
I think pretty much if you don't... Go ahead.
They're going for 8 megabyte blocks, and I'll say something about that I know about that is that the original reason why Bitcoin has like a 1 megabyte block size was so that the blockchain would only take like 128 gigabytes of memory, which is like not that much storage. Whereas if you have 8 megabyte blocks now, it's going to be like almost a terabyte of storage, which kind of, creates a storage issue for like the hobbyist miner. But for people like Bitmain, I don't think storage is really something they're worried about. On top of that, it's like, you can see like how since 2002, I mean, we were using floppy disks, and now we've got, flash drives that have 128 gigabytes on it, like no big deal. So, interesting.
That is interesting, because I think that's what Satoshi Nakamoto, Craig Wright, and I don't know why I said that. Craig Wright is he is Satoshi Nakamoto, so I guess that's what he was talking about when he said that we shouldn't be using Raspberry Pis, and $20,000 mining equipment and nodes are are, you know, just, that's what it is. It is what it is. And if you need a $20,000 computer to become a contributor to the network, then that is what it is. So that's, I guess they're on his perception, and maybe he is even being paid by this party to speak the way he's speaking.
So do you think that Craig Wright is Satoshi?
No, fuck no. By the way, that was satire. I'm really hopeful that I did not confuse anybody, that guy is not Satoshi Nakamoto. As far as I know, I don't believe it.
Why don't you think he is?
Because he would have proved it. He's a billionaire. He would have just said, I'm him. Here's a transaction from the Genesis block. And he decided to fake it instead. And he said, oh, I'm only going to do it once behind closed doors, and I'm going to show this jerk-off right here. Like, that doesn't work for me, man. If you're Satoshi Nakamoto, the guy who created Bitcoin, and if you read the white paper, and then you listen to Craig Wright speak, you know he did not write those words. That was not him.
I'll tell you the reason why I think it is Craig Wright. Because I watched a video of Gavin Andresen. You know, Gavin Andresen was one of the first developers to use Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And he actually was one of the people that Satoshi Nakamoto emailed to start using Bitcoin. He's literally the first user of Bitcoin. And so I encourage you to watch the interview of Gavin Andresen talk about Satoshi and Craig Wright. And because Gavin Andresen thinks that Craig Wright is Satoshi, I'm pretty convinced that he actually would be Satoshi. I mean, I think one thing that maybe confuses people about it is when there's a video on YouTube of, you know, there's Gavin Andresen and Vitalik Buterin both in a room together and getting interviewed about this topic. And, you know, Gavin Andresen explains that Craig Wright and the guy he was emailing, Satoshi Nakamoto, he said that their mannerisms and their language was very similar so that he could see that they were the same. And also he said that when Craig Wright, he told Gavin that he should fly out to London so that they can explain so that he can talk to him. That was before he came out public about it. And so that's another thing. Another thing that you might not know is that, like, Craig Wright and Gavin Andresen, they're actually the two guys to brief the CIA about...
well, when Gavin Andresen went there, Satoshi Nakamoto stopped talking to him. That was the last time they communicated.
Yeah, I stopped sending emails out, yeah, because I'm Satoshi.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot, John. My bad. I didn't mean to insult you.
Internet went down. That's the whole reason.
But yeah, it is interesting. I don't know. That's kind of like what I think. I can't really say for sure. No, I don't think anybody can really say for sure. But I do think it's kind of interesting that, like, the Australian, like, IRS, like, raided Craig Wright's house. I think that's kind of, like, weird coincidence that happened right before he came out public about it. I think that's kind of a strange coincidence. And also that another thing, just like the Gavin Andresen thing. I mean, if Gavin Andresen, he's one of the original developers of Bitcoin, thinks that Craig Wright is, but then Vitalik comes along and says, well, I don't know. I think another thing that's kind of weird is that, like, he really wanted to lay low about the whole thing. Like, he didn't really want to, like, eat up the limelight and the publicity. So you would think that someone who was faking it would really be trying to eat it up and, like, make money, but it didn't really seem like that to me. He seemed like he was really more just, he, like, said it out there, and then he, like, went, like, back and, like, hiding, basically. Like, but at the same time, like, I didn't watch the whole interview. I didn't get a chance to watch the whole crazy interview he did about SegWit and everything. But I think that someone, like, he was so passionate from the clips I did see, like, he was very passionate and, like, energetic about it. And I think that someone who invented something like that would be, like, passionate and energetic about it. I think about that.
Yeah,
someone made up a good point.
Yeah.
What if there's more than one Satoshi?
Well, that is the thing. I mean, that's what he was kind of getting at that last talk I saw from him at that meetup he was at, where the video kind of went viral, where he's saying, I am Satoshi and I'm here to kill Satoshi. Like, it may have been a team, and that's what he was here to say. Like, it doesn't matter who, if I am or if I'm not. It's basically like, that doesn't matter. It's officially a dead subject. And maybe he's right, but the fact that he's saying, oh, by the way, I am Satoshi, though he's not dead, like I don't know, it was very backwards talking. He was like, there shouldn't be one person that we listen to over everybody. But, by the way, I'm Satoshi, so you should take my word for it. It was weird. It was really weird talking. But hey, guys, we did hit our requirements for the giveaway. So I'd like to go ahead and take this opportunity to do a live giveaway here on our show where we can give away 0.1 Litecoin to some random winner. So let's go ahead and draw the winner. 1 out of 19 potential users. Thank you everybody who joined and entered to win. Yes, on the 21 million club says on the Bitcoin white paper, it says we. So yes.
Oh, well, how about that?
Hey Nelson, you won. Who uses @yahoo.com though? Like, you know what I mean?
So,
and you have your first initial dot last name @yahoo.com. I don't know about you.
Email since 2005.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations. I'm going to send you an email. All you have to do is reply with your Litecoin address, and you won. So everybody, go ahead and shout out to Nelson. You won, bro. Congrats. Oh, man. So I guess we could wrap things up unless, Karcher, is there anything you wanted to talk about while you're here, while you have the audience? Anything you wanted to make sure we spoke about?
Other than, oh yeah, there was one more thing. I don't know if you guys know or read about the Segwit 2X hard fork.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, you know, in Consensus NYC in early May in 2017 or April, whenever it was, I think it was May 1st or something. But all the big major corporations and